everybody, and welcome to the third episode of Eden's Realm. I have been a busy boy since the last episode. I have spawn-proofed everything within this circle down here. And it's taken me probably 5 hours or so. It didn't take me as long as I thought, but I think I've gotten most everything and pretty happy with it. Oh, as you can see, I've missed a spot here. I'll have to go back and get that later. But I am prepared to build it, and it's already built. Oh wait, nope, that's the schematic. So I have the schematic up, and I'm going to build it here in a second. So, yeah, let's go into a time lapse and get this thing built up. Alright, everybody, we are right at the end of the building phase. So I just have, I think, 2 more layers to do, but just wanted to pull you in right before finished and show you kind of what I can do with Lightmatica. So I can pull up the schematic and then so it shows me where I have blocks placed correctly, like this, where I can't place them, and then like where they're placed wrong. So I pull that up, and then I can toggle on an easy place mode, which just allows me to click in place or hold in place. And so this is how I've been placing most of the blocks for the top part of this build. And it makes it really easy because I can just go right over it and it places them all in. It's a little bit non-vanilla. This is the most non-vanilla piece of the mods that I use, but it helps me get projects done a lot faster and not like die of boredom while I'm doing it. So I guess it's worth it. I don't know. If you don't think so, then I guess you don't have to watch these videos. But yeah, I really think this is going well. I think the farm is actually going to do great. All I have to do is finish this top layer, put some glass in, and then I have to put all the turtle eggs in. But other than that, I think that's all I have to do. So while I'm doing that, I figured I would talk to you about what I had kind of planned for the rest of the series, because I don't want it to be just about building farms, even though that's all that it's been about recently. I kind of want to get into building. I'm planning on finishing updating to 1.18 soon, It I still don't have all of the mods for it. Everything hasn't been finished, but I think I'm gonna update anyways because I've gotten a little bit impatient and I'm ready to try out some of the new terrain. I was playing in a multiplayer world with a couple of my friends over the holidays, and it was really fun to play with them. And like the new terrain is just so nice. The lush caves look awesome. I'm really excited to get into that. So I think we'll do that. But I wanted to finish this farm first and get this over with. So now that I'm done with all that, I gotta pull out my gray stained glass. So just walk over here and click in the air, and it even places it. It's so nice instead of having to build pillars to each of them. But yeah, so what I'm planning on doing for updating is I plan on trimming the chunks around the majority of the areas that I travel in, and even though stuff will get made underneath the old terrain, I still don't know. I still want to trim the chunks around it because oh, that's the string. I wondered where the string went. I still want to trim the chunks around it because I'd like to have new terrain closer, and I want to build my final base in a I think it used to be called a shattered savanna. I think it's called a windswept savanna now, but I just love the looks of those, and I really would like to build a base there. But yeah, we'll see. So I'm thinking once I get it updated, I'll go exploring and see if I can find a windswept savanna that I like. That's a mouthful. But so let me finish this up, and then I'll get back to you. Alright, everybody. So the farm is working well. The zombie pigmen are coming in like no other. And yeah, I'm really happy with it. I was just scouring the area below to see if I could see any zombie pigmen, and found quite a number of areas that I missed. So I missed like all of this right here, all of this. So I still got quite a bit more mob proofing to do than I thought, but that's funny. So I'm gonna finish doing that, I think. But yeah, I'm really happy with this. So yeah. Okay, everybody. So this is obviously not Minecraft. We are using MCA selector, and I'm gonna go through trimming the chunks and regions with you guys so that you can kind of see how it's done and also just what I am trimming. So I thought it'd kind of be cool to actually show you where everything is. So this is the main base right here. That's the ice farm. These are the two iron farms. That's the tree farm, and there's my house. And then so over here is the slime farm. It's relatively close. And then right over in here somewhere there is the, oh, actually, it's right here. Right here is the drop down to the skeleton farm. And then over this way, right here, is the creeper farm. And then I've explored off in this direction some. I was searching for moss. And then over here, I think, yep, right there is where I was farming those turtle eggs. So there's a huge mesa here. And then back up here is actually, I gave up searching for the moss whenever, this was a long time ago, and I went into a creative world and found it, and it was all the way up in here. But yeah, it was a mess. So this is the world, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to trim the chunks on it, trim the chunks and regions. So with MCA selector, you can select basically anything you don't want in your world and cut it down. So all of these black squares are lazy chunks that I don't want, and then Gotta be careful here not to cut off the farm. So we'll select these here. Actually, I can zoom in and make sure that I don't have anything in here that I want. So I think that's a pillager outpost. I'm not sure. Gonna make sure, but yeah, I don't think there's anything here I want. So I'll select it all. I have a backup of this world, so if I do something wrong, I can select it. Select those. I don't want to select this one because then it would take part of that away. Um, select these. Is there anything I want here? Nope. You can see I partially loaded a village, but I still don't want it. Take those. Don't think there's anything I want in here, right? Yeah. So take that. And as you can see, I'm actually trimming the area near my base pretty closely. So I'll trim this entire block. I don't want any of this down here. All right, yeah. Got, and I just have to be really careful to make sure I don't end up trimming areas that I have been, because then it'll get completely erased. So don't want any of this. Is there anything up here I want? Oh, this is a swamp that I first came to a long time ago to get slime before I built that slime farm down here. But yeah. So there's that. I think we'll keep that, but we'll take these off. And then we're gonna trim pretty close to the slime farm down here. So what I'm gonna do actually is trim around the river here. So right like this. So everything on the outside of the river will be taken away, but everything on the inside, so like this area right here won't be. But yeah, I kind of wanted to show what I'm doing and how it works before we dive into 118 together and go exploring. So yeah. Okay, so I've gotten everything that I needed edited. So I've basically taken out really close or down here. I left this snow biome in just because I like it. Left this stuff down in here. I'm particularly wanting to look at this flat border right here, so we'll fly down to this village and check that out. And then I almost edited out the stronghold that was right here, so it's right in here, I think. It's one of these 4 chunks. But I almost edited that out. So I went back in, fixed that. So yeah. So everything else is edited. So what I'll do is I'll go to selection, delete the selected chunks. It'll delete them. And now this is all that we have left. So, oh, actually I missed a chunk right there. So go like that. Selection, delete. And there we go. So now this is an entire region that hasn't been loaded at all. But yeah. So let's hop back in and see what it looks like. Okay, everybody. So the farm is now done, and I have now updated to 1.18. As you can see up here, we have it running. We're running on Fabric, and we have Flatmatica and OptiFabric. Those are the only 2 mods that I had previously installed that are now updated. So that's all good. And the sad thing is, I don't think we have enough time in this episode to properly explore. So I'm going to push that back to next episode. And what we're going to do this episode is we're going to build a storage system for this. And we're also going to set up a small piglin bartering system so that we can get the stuff for the storage system. But before we do that, I wanted to actually break a hole in the bedrock here. So that's what I'm going to try and do now. So how this works is a little bit cheaty, but what happens is I'll flick this lever, the TNT will ignite and then explode, and I will be auto-clicking onto this block. And so if the ticks line up properly, that this explodes, I place it, this is still here, and then it gets removed. Ah, I missed it there. But if that all happens properly, the piston will punch a hole right here. And I've marked out this area because it is a one wide piston, or it's a one block depth bedrock. So let me try this, and then hopefully we'll break through it before I run out of TNT. Well, I got it, but it's apparently not the right one. Good thing I have another spot selected. So let's go ahead and try this one. Hey, look at that. That's awesome. So now I have that broken. Okay, so I have boxed myself in, and actually I was gonna use free cam to see if I could get it, but they're still throwing the stuff over there. I thought there was a way to get all that, but there may not be. So I'm gonna leave and go get some pizza, and then I'll be back. So yeah. Alrighty. So 4 pieces of pizza and 1 death later. Let's see what we've got. So mainly what I'm looking for after I oh no, not this again. No. I I hate this. I hate hoglins. Hoglins are the worst. I might die again. Oh no. Oh, okay, here we go. Give me one of these. Going. Now I've lost myself. We'll place this right over here. Oh, there. That's so much nicer. Okay. So, mainly, what we are looking for is. Hello? Oh, sir. We are looking for the uh, blackstone. So that is what we're going to be using to finish up that project, and I don't have a lot of it right now, but this will actually produce quite a bit. So let's take a look. We have everything that we need to build with, so let's get to building. We are done. So I built this up. It's a little bit shiny, as you can see. And the one thing I really like is this gray floor, because this gray right here is really hard to find. But what I did is I used smooth stone bricks with the gold plate so that it covers it up, and I think it looks really nice. So I only have one wall in right now because whenever I end up making that uh, actual piglin trading farm, I plan to put it right over here so that we can have another wall of chests. But yeah, so that is going to do it for today. Thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it. I've had a lot of fun making it, but it is late at night and my stomach is full of pizza. I'm ready to go to bed. So yeah, thank you for watching. Goodbye.